Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to NXT with Najee. It's episode 17. We have made it to episode 17. Almost done with season one. I think I'm going to make season one 20 episodes. I think that's what we're going to do here. But this is a part of the Wrestling Heroes and Insiders podcast, aka the Whip Show. And I got a renegade in the house. I got my boy Jordan in the house. Jordan, what's up? How you doing, man?
I'm good and you, man. Thanks for having me. It's an honor. Appreciate it.
Yeah, this is technically the second time I've had you on. Jordan was actually a part of the lost episode 14 that never got put out because the audio was just so terrible.
It was a good
But it's
one,
good
man.
to, yeah, it was good. It was a lot of fun. Hopefully we can recreate that energy this week. I
Yes.
think we definitely will be able to, especially with the week we had at NXT this
I
week,
think I'm
which
still trying to
was,
come down from the high.
yeah, it was the May 28th episode, which I got my red on. As you see, I got my red lights on. He got his red on too. Also, happy Pride Month. It's Pride Month officially.
that
Shout
was
out to
that was a
Jordan.
reason.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Um, yeah, no problem. But yo, it was Sexy Red night at NXT. Sexy Red was in the house at NXT. And when I say every bit of ratchetness that could have came with that night was there tenfold.
But I mean, who doesn't love a little bit of ratchetivity every once in a while?
Yeah, ratchetivity.
Ratchetivity.
Yes, that's the best way to put it. He was just starting with the signs. The signs were crazy. We had the Shawn Michaels sign, which
Each
was in
Shawn Michaels will go down as one of the best signs of the modern era. It
NXT
has to. It has to.
NXT history.
It has to.
Great stuff, brother. It was hilarious. My boy J Movie Mania was holding that sign. I was holding the sign that said "Baby Boy" was up next on BET. We
As it
had
always
Tyler,
is.
we had a Tyler Perry studio sign. All of these came from my boy Pun. Hopefully, I can get him on the show soon too. Shout out to Pun for coming up with these crazy ideas for these signs. Wow, but
Most
man,
committed
I'm
fan base.
man, most committed fan base hands down. But the North American Championship tournament continues on tonight's episode. Also, it was Marlena's birthday tonight, one of
Woo!
our renegades.
Happy
Happy
birthday!
birthday. Man, wanted to make sure we gave you a big shout out for sure. But this week, there's no way around it. There's going to be a couple promos that we talk about because, good Lord, we got to. Starting off with Ava kicking off the show, bringing out Sexy Red with the Women's North American Championship. Beautiful, beautiful unveiling.
Beautiful title. I might have to get it. Not that I need any more collections, but I might have to get that one.
Yeah, I know. I see you got your two belts there in the background. Lovely belts. The classic NXT belt, might add. Classic
Yeah.
NXT belt. Yeah, but whew, she brought out Sexy Red. And when I tell you, I know some of y'all have seen the footage. It has been viral all week long. We were going crazy. Even the people that didn't like Sexy Red, the people who didn't know who Sexy Red were, I'm talking to hillbillies, old busted Colonel Sanders looking folks was in there going, wow,
Man, listen,
wow.
I know of Sexy Red. I know her music a bit, but I don't follow her. But when
Yeah,
she
I can say the same.
announced her coming out and that music hit, everybody was like, "Get it, Sec!" Like it was lit. It was a good time.
Man.
The energy was high. I loved it. I loved it.
Well, after 5 minutes of twerking, which essentially what Sexy Red did, which I know gave USA Network a heart attack, Tatum Paxley came out of nowhere and tried to snatch the title out of her hand. Then, Sexy, squared up a little bit,
A little
pulled the
bit, yeah,
title back
yeah.
from her, and this caused Michin to come out, which leads us right into the first match of the night, which is part of the NXT Women's North American Championship tournament. We got Tatum Paxley versus Michin. Now, I want to say this match was fun, and of course, as our boy Arnell would say, it got weird. Got
We
weird
love it.
real
We love
quick.
it.
But we love it. We love when it gets weird at NXT. That's the best part about NXT because it's just balls to the wall all the time. Please, I wonder if I can say that on the radio that we might be on. So I apologize, Toledo. Um, but yeah, it was awesome. Michin ends up winning the match with a kick to the face.
I kick to the face.
The face. Which is awesome. So my
Yeah.
question for you with this match, first thing, congratulations to Meechin. It's awesome having you on NXT. Thank you for coming back and giving us a hell of a show. But my question for you is that now that Tatum's lost this match, what do you think? What do you think is going to be next for Tatum on NXT? Do you think she's going to go for the championship again? Do you think they're going to start a different program with her? Like, what do you think's next?
She may interfere in the match itself and maybe cost me Chin her chance to get it. That may bring her up maybe to the main roster. Maybe that may do another feud for something else. Maybe that she can go into a tag team. I don't know. It's Tatum's very versatile, so I'm very interested to see where she's going to go in the next few weeks or so.
Yeah, me too. I hope that I'm also very interested in it as well. I just hope that they keep her like weird. I hope they keep this weird gimmick
Yeah,
going. I hope they don't try to like spruce her up or do whatever they're trying to do with Gigi right now, which I
I'll
think is just
great. I was about to say the same thing. I'm excited because it's Ariana, but I mean, I know how it's going to end.
yeah. All right, so we're gonna move on to match number two. We're gonna talk about this one briefly. I know you want me to talk about this one briefly because one of your favorite people to hate is in this match. It's Ridge Holland versus Riley Osborne.
Hate is a
Now,
strong word. Strong
okay,
dislike.
dislike. I apologize. I apologize. I apologize. But Holland gets the win in this match over Riley. Riley shows a bit of a sour side, which we haven't seen, I don't think at all since he's been
Mm-mm.
with Chase U. He wasn't really okay with the fact that he lost that match, even though it was supposed to just be like a friendly competition, friendly exhibition between two people in Chase U.
They got
So
physical.
we got very physical. So maybe we'll see in the next couple of weeks, maybe even after Battlegrounds, maybe even this coming up Tuesday, what this means for Riley Osborne. Could he be leaving Chase U?
Please.
Could yeah, maybe. I think him by himself is a better look anyways.
Yeah. Leave
Now
that
we're
whole
gonna
state of
slide.
hell situation alone and
Yeah, leave
just
it alone. Leave it alone. Looks
he
like
needs
she's
to
moved on
graduate.
anyways. Looks
Yeah.
like she's moved on anyways.
Mm, mm,
But
mm,
match
mm.
three, we got the OC versus Malik Blade and Idris and no Faye. So they got fire chemistry in that ring as always, Idris. But like, when in the world are they gonna get a win on
They
TV?
got
I've
one
seen
like
them get wins on
last week,
house show.
a few weeks
Was it
ago.
last week? Yeah, but I
I
feel
swear
like
they
it's
got a
not.
win.
Mm,
Was it the boot
I don't
gate?
know.
I don't know.
Possibly. No, they lost Bootgate. Bootgate was 2 weeks ago.
Ah,
Yeah, that's
I
what that
swear
was.
they won recently, but it is
They wanted a
it's
house show. I know
frustrating.
that for sure. But especially when it's the OC. And that's my question for you with this. Obviously, the OC walks away with the win, which we all kind of saw coming. Um, the chemistry, like I was saying earlier, I'll get to my question for you in a second. The chemistry with Idris and Malik was awesome until Idris accidentally ran into Brindley Reese and knocked her out. After that happened, you kind of see Idris's like whole entire energy changes, his attitude changes, the chemistry seems very off the rest of the
His
match, and
focus
that's
isn't there.
yeah, and that's what really leads into that loss from the OC by the OC. And now my question for you is, how are you feeling about them, the OC, being on NXT weekly when they're supposed to be drafted to SmackDown? Because it kind of drives me nuts. Like I love seeing them every week, but every week you hear me in that crowd saying, like, why are y'all still here? Let somebody else shine on the show. Like,
It's interesting because when they first came back, I was like, "Oh, why? I don't get
yeah,
it." But they're slowly growing on me. I think their theme song is helping personally for me. I'm a big theme song
yeah.
guy, so that's
Come up
helping
with
me.
you.
But I do think it's just like a little in between moment for them. Maybe there's other things going on behind the scenes that we don't know about. Hopefully, after Battleground coming up, they go back to the main roster full time. We get some new talent in here, some new blood, maybe debut at Battleground that may spark that next evolution with NXT. Because this is a
Yeah,
big one.
yeah. Well, I'll get to another one of my theories then, but it seems like there's a lot of options now for tag teams, but we'll get to that later.
Mm,
So, moving on to match number four, another one that kind of stemmed off of a backstage conversation. Not going to spend too much time on this one because the general purpose was to promote a match for Battlegrounds, and that's Lola Vice versus Ariana Grace. We love us some Ariana, and we love us some Lola.
yeah.
So, shout out to both of them. This is a
I
both
have
of
a
them
strong like
chant.
for Lola. She grew on me
Yeah,
too.
yeah, man. Like the more they put her in the spotlight, the more we get to see her shine. And it's so much more to her than the physical aspect of it. And I think that that's what a lot of people are starting to see now with Lola, especially. But yeah, with a spinning back fist, Lola basically bullies Ariana the whole entire match as
That's
she should.
expected, yeah.
Um, but afterwards, she picks up the mic, does a little promo talking that smack to Shayna. Shayna comes out, referees hold him back.
Let them
Classic.
fight.
Please, please. I'm begging, I'm begging, I'm begging, I'm begging that they just add some extra corners to that ring for that match and let them fight for real, like legit. Like, why don't they just have a sanctioned MMA fight? They can both do it safely without killing each other. Just do
What's
it.
going to
Do
be
it.
interesting with that is, are they main eventing?
I don't know.
You got to
Truthfully,
take the ring
I don't know.
apart.
I think Trick. I
So
feel like
that's going to
Trick
be
might.
interesting.
Yeah, I feel like Trick might end up facing somebody. But we'll talk about in a little bit
That's
too.
still interesting. That's still
Yeah.
interesting.
But moving on to match number 5, Lola Vice, congratulations, getting the victory. Moving on to match number 5, we got our boy Dante Chan. I'm a cornball, I don't care.
I
Versus
love them.
Lexus King, part 2 for the second week in a row. But I think Lexus King has finally met his kryptonite with Dante Chan, and that's awesome because Dante Chan needs to get pushed. Dante Chan needs to be on TV and not just level up. He's been there for so long, it feels like, and he's just a great dude. I met him. I think it was at the BCW meet and greet. He was just casually walking around in Philly at WrestleMania, and I got to talk to him for a while. I let him know that we love him, and he was just like, "What? Why do y'all love me so much?" And it's just like,
Uh,
bro, because you're just great.
yeah,
You're just
right.
great.
Very humble. We like that.
But once again, lightning struck twice, and Dante gets the victory over Lexus. But Lexus throws a fit this time around. He's not okay with it. He attacks Dante, rips up the padding from outside of the ring, and slams Dante right into the concrete, knocks him out cold. And I'll say that this is the first time that I've been like, there it is. There's the Lexus King I've been waiting to see because I think personally he needs to be like a super heel in order to be awesome. I know he's trying to steer away from his dad, but
That's smart.
in order for him to be like great, I think he has to be evil. But what is your opinion on Lexus King? Oh, I think your service
But he
might be cut
grew,
out a little
and
bit.
I'm a slight fan. I can enjoy him. I can enjoy him in the ring, and there's still some things I'm waiting to see. But like you said, that spark just got there, so we'll probably be seeing something very new, very exciting for the next few weeks for him, and I'm excited to see where it goes.
Yeah, me too, man. I keep saying that. Me too, man. Me too. I'm just super excited to see what ends up happening, who they can put him up against because Ova already killed him. Trick, I don't think he stands a chance. So maybe with what the future has in store for what Deshaun Michaels is cooking up, um, we're getting very close to that topic, by the way. We're getting very close to that topic. But yeah, so Dante gets the win. Hopefully Dante's okay. Wish for a speedy recovery. We hope to see you
Of
soon on
course.
TV, Dante. Moving on to match number 6, Kalani Jordan versus Ren Sinclair. I believe this is the final match for the
Yes, I believe all six
yeah,
participants are now part
yeah,
of it.
for the
So
women's ladder match for the North American Championship. Now, this is an amazing match. It was very quick, straight to the point. We finally got a chance to see Ren Sinclair's aggressive side, that side that she's always had since she was in the Indies. We got to see that full force against Kalani's nonstop full force action as well. This is a match that I would love to see on a PLE down the line for them again and give
she
them
got
at
new
least
gear, it looks like too.
yeah, she also did. She got new gear, which is like a big deal because a lot of people were upset with the orange gear. I personally liked it. There was some gear she had at house shows that we weren't really big fans of,
I like the orange
but
and blue gear. It looks like
yeah, I
Vegeta.
did too. Yeah, with Goku.
Goku, excuse me.
But
You knew what I meant. In the
yeah, I know what you
realm.
meant. Yeah, but like at the end of it, awesome match. Both these ladies deserve their flowers. I personally wanted Ren to win, but Kalani ends up walking away with the championship, not the championship, but the championship opportunity at
Deserved.
Battlegrounds in Vegas. Well deserved. They've been pushing her for a while, and we'll see who wins that match, man, because good Lord. But now we're gonna move on to the main event. The main event probably we had a conversation before we started recording. The beginning of this show and the end of this show, most talked about things. The main event tonight was Trick Williams and Javon Evans versus Gallus, which was Joe and Mark Coffey. Now I know you're a big Gallus fan.
Them
I know
those
you're a
my
big Gallus
boys.
fan. Those are the boys there. I backed off after the draft from calling them bumblebees. I credit. I backed off a little bit. But unbelievable energy for both of the entrances, especially for Trick when he came out with sexy.
Oh
And
yeah.
absolutely just unbelievable. It's just epic. Epic, epic, epic moment for all three of them, especially Javon, man. Javon's 20 years old, brand new, shooting straight to the top, and now he's
Straight,
tagging with
yeah.
the
That rocket is high. It's
and he deserves
he's
it,
going to
man.
do great. Yeah. Give him
That
two
boy can
years, he
fly.
will be the face of NXT.
Yeah, yeah, he might even be by next year, to be honest with you, because Trick's gonna do his thing for the next year, and then after that, who? I mean, if Tony's probably gonna go with him, I would say Tony could take that mantle, but Tony deserves to be on the main roster as well. So why not shoot
Hmm.
Javon right to that spot? He looks different. He's built different. He moves different. He wrestles different. It's
He's going to bring that next generation in too.
yeah, dude. He could easily bring a ton of different cruiserweights from different places there and want to come back because that high flying thing is there. Like,
Even for the
but
audience, though, he's going to bring in another generation. Like he's so young, he has that he can captivate that new audience while still entertaining the current one. It's going to be great to see what he does.
man, and
Very
then
great.
just being under Trick's wing couldn't be in a better position. But
And sexy red.
obviously, yeah, obviously, it was kind of a quick match. I'm gonna say this. I
It
will
was.
say this though. I feel like they didn't have as much time to cook as they wanted to. Like Javon
Mm-mm.
didn't get a chance to do like 90% of the stuff that we see him do weekly. And I think it all was building up to what happened at the end of the match. So now Trick and Javon get the win. Lash comes out as Trick. By the way, Trick had me crying laughing. Shout out to Metaphor. Trick had me crying laughing when Sexy Red came out. I'll post a picture. This should be playing now when
Hmm.
this video comes out
I know which
of
one you're
his
talking about.
face when Sexy Red did the splits in the middle of that ring. Absolutely destroyed me. But that's besides the point. So Lash comes out. Shout out to Metaphor. There we go. Lash comes out and starts to confront Trick about the fact that Noam Dar got jumped in backstage last week. And now this week, Oro's been hurt. So that completely takes out the theory that Oro did it. Thank God. But the lights go out and the lights come back on to a former AEW wrestler, Ethan Page, standing in an NXT ring. And he takes out Trick. And then he says, I'm the one that took out Noam. I'm the one that took out Oro. Crowd shook. Jaws on the
Speechless.
ground. Jaws on the ground. What? Like, I'm telling you, Cody Rhodes is in his bag right now. Because almost all of Cody's friends are back. The only one that's left, there's only one left. That's Ricky. Ricky Starks is the only one that I think that's still on his way.
Mm.
And to be real with you, Ricky Starks could come to NXT. And Ricky Starks could be that guy to take over NXT.
Bring it on.
I'd be with it. So now I think we're gonna get Ethan Page versus Trick Williams at Battlegrounds. Should be interesting.
Interesting. Very interesting.
I am hoping they don't take that title off of Trick that
They better
fast.
not.
They
Mm-mm.
better
Mm-mm.
not. I swear to God.
He is
Swear to God.
simmering with that title reign right now. He's going to cook.
Rushing it.
Give it a moment.
So that wraps up the May 28th Sexy Red edition of NXT. I don't know if we're going to be able to top that anytime soon, to be honest with you. I
Not yet.
really don't. I really, really, really don't. But Jordan, I got questions for you, as I always do for my guests at the end of every episode. I got three questions for you, and then we got one thing we're going to discuss heavily before we end this episode. So my first question for you, which we kind of just hinted at just a second ago, how are you feeling about Trick's reign? How do you feel about Trick as our champion, our face of NXT?
I am liking Trick as champion. Again, like I said, he's simmering right now. You know, he's slowly getting the build up. He's slowly finding his way now that he's champion, and I'm very excited to see what happens at Battleground. I'm excited to see what happens in 2 weeks. I'm excited to see what happens in 2 months and where he's going to go with it. He's going to take NXT and his championship to new heights that is going to wow everyone, and I'm so happy to be a part of it in whatever way I can.
Yeah, me too. There you go again with the Me Too stuff. I'm also excited, dog. I'm also excited. I get lost for words sometimes just thinking about the way we've watched that whole entire story progress. Like
Mm-hmm.
their person, like that's been unbelievable from start to finish. And so now my second question, which I feel like I know your answer. Who is your pick for the ladder match for the Women's North American Championship?
Um, there are some great participants, of course. Of course. I gotta go with Lash. I gotta go with
Uh-huh.
Lash. Gotta go
I
with
knew
Lash.
it.
If there was a second one, Miss Pac.
That's my pick, dog. I was about to
Miss
say that's
Pac.
my pick. She mad
And
at
my
me. I don't know
third
why
would be
she mad at me.
Kaylani. Yeah, because
Miss
that little
Parker keep trying
area,
to beat me up.
she felt like she wasn't being hyped up. And then
But
when
Miss
I saw
Parker,
it, I'm like,
yeah,
oh, ooh. I
yeah.
was like,
But
I'm
look,
over
I'm gonna
here like
say
Miss
this.
Parker,
I'm
Miss
gonna say
Parker. She
this.
was like,
Miss
I
Parker,
was like,
I don't
I mean,
know. I don't know what your beef is with me, Miss Parker, but you're my pick for Battlegrounds. Okay. I'm sorry you want to beat me up so bad, but you're my pick.
you're
Jordan's
gorgeous
is
too, so that's
Lash.
always a plus for me.
I'm saying this. Jordan's is Lash. Mine is you, Miss Parker. Okay. All right.
It's fair.
All
That's
right,
fair.
y'all. Please, y'all, if y'all are listening, watching, please put some comments. Who you guys think is gonna win it all? All right. Then my last question. If
Mm-hmm.
Deshaun Michaels, I'm calling him that forever. If Deshaun Michaels could bring 3 more artists to NXT of your choice, who would you pick?
My choice would be crazy, but I think ones that's going to again shake the foundation of NXT. My overall number one pick gotta be Megan Thee Stallion. Gotta be. Gots to be. That will what? Megan and Lash on the same program in the same
Oh
ring.
yeah.
What?
Whew. Boy, you thought
Two other
you thought
artists
Cleveland was passing out this past week.
twice.
I know you can't hear me, but I want to let you know I love you. I love you. I am willing to go through the test for you, okay? I love you. I love you. That's what I
Twice.
Oh God, two other artists that I could think of. That's tough. I don't know too many artists that have the same passion to be part of WWE, so it's a little interesting. Beyonce. I mean,
Hey,
let's just bring it on
Beyonce.
in.
Okay, that's a good one. Why not? All right, so we got Megan Thee Stallion. We got Beyonce. Who's your last one? If you could pick an artist that you think would
Ooh. Let's go with Usher.
Usher. Okay. All
A little
right.
different.
There we go.
Let's go with Usher.
Megan Thee Stallion, Beyonce, and Usher. That's a fan. So that's an amazing three right there. It's a big three.
Almost can't get any better.
Big three. All right. So now this is the end of the show. But before we end it, before we call it quits, we gotta talk about what happened during the middle of that show. Roxanne Perez comes out and gets to talking that smack about how she's beating everybody. Can't nobody beat her. There's
She ain't beat
literally
everybody yet,
nobody that
but
can touch her. There's nobody that can touch her. Basically, what she's getting at. Ava comes out. Ava says she's got the perfect opponent for her at Battlegrounds. And you hear that forbidden door open. And it's
open. That thing was
Jordan
kicked in.
freaking Grace, ladies and gentlemen. Jordynnw Grace from TNA. The TNA Women's Champion right now. Jordynnw Grace. She's at NXT. She's a part of NXT. She's wrestling this week, this Tuesday at NXT. Dog, what?
When I tell you I had my pearls clutched, I didn't know what to say. I was like, I'm literally looking at everybody like, what is happening right now? What did we just witness? What is coming for us in NXT? How are we going to
What?
recover?
Like, so many things went through my head when that happened. Like, first of all, the Rascals.
I've been hearing about that. I've been seeing
Like,
that. I would love to see them back.
what?
That'd be crazy.
Bro, it'd be insane. The simple
Mustafa
fact that,
Ali?
bro, come back, please. Just everybody. Bro, the amount of people that are just sitting there in that locker room with nothing to do and no sort of program to be ran and all that talent sitting there in TNA right now, just ready to go. Man,
Dare I say,
give us,
let's run an alliance angle.
hear me out. Give us a 2-night PLE crossover. 2-night PLE for a crossover event. Awesome. Fantastic. It would change the game.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Change the game.
I'm sitting here
Change the game.
thinking, like I said, an alliance, do the alliance storyline, but like do it differently. Have them come invade NXT and beat up all their wrestlers, and then they go to TNA. That could be something.
Man,
That could be something.
we are really, really, really living in an era that's going to be talked about forever. Forever. Whatever this Renaissance era is, it is hitting all three brands, and it is hitting at all the right points, all the right spots. Like
It's an
said it
exciting
before,
time to be a wrestling fan right now.
best time in wrestling history to be a wrestling fan. Best time.
Absolutely.
But thank you so much, Jordan, for
Thank
joining me
you.
today on the
Thank
show.
you.
I appreciate you so much. Thank you guys all for listening. Social medias. Tell us a little bit where we can find you if you like to share.
Most of mine are all the same. My Twitter and my Instagram is CatchMyVibe89, and also my Snapchat. So I'm available.
Yeah.
Hit me up. I like
is.
to have new friends. And yeah, I like to see what everybody else is doing. So
Heck yeah, my friends. Well, if you're in the Orlando area ever, let us know, man. We go to NXT every single Tuesday, front and center. Well, at least for me.
third row and center.
I have one more NXT left before I'm gone for the summer, my friends. So we have I want to say 3 more episodes. No, well, yeah, 3 more episodes before the end of season 1 of NXT.
Well, it was a
with
pleasure to
Najee.
be part of your final.
Yeah, thank you, man. I appreciate it. One more time, this is the Wrestling Heroes and Insiders podcast, aka the Whip Show. This is NXT with Najee. My name is Najee. His name is Jordan. It's been real. We're the NXT Renegades, baby. We're getting out of here. Peace.